I know you are feeling exhausted. I know that you want to pray right now, but something is not working within you and you feel very confused. I just want to let you know that you are not alone on this, and pay attention to the solution that by the help of the Lord that I bring to you these days, by the word of the Lord. I know many of you have heard in the church, even when at the peak of your down moment, that you have this encouragement from preachers saying that you should have more faith, you should be strengthened, you should focus, you should do this, and you'll be fine. But I just want to let you know something, that most of those things does not help you. You and I know, but you don't know what to do. Now, this is a solution. And why are you exhausted? Because there is dryness within you that you don't notice, or it gives you a sign and signal but you never saw or notice it earlier. So why are Christians, most of them, have these feelings of spiritual dryness all the time? This is what we are going to be discussing today. And listen carefully. I need to stay with you for the next few minutes and elaborate this discussion straightly with you, because let's be honest, you see, staying positive and having faith is not the only solution or permanent solution to your spiritual dryness. But what happens when you are really empty, that you cannot be able to have that faith any longer, or to keep your positive energy active? You see, what happens is when you have been fighting so hard for so long, battling with different kind of issues around you, and it's so much draining your strength, it will look like nothing is happening, but deep down there is an excessively duplication or deepling of what? Strength. Strength is what? Depleting out of you in a fast motion. And I want to let you know that when you feel spiritually dry today, and I want to tell you something right now, something that is very off the bat. You are not feeling God, and you might be completely empty, and God is not standing over you with a whip right now to say, why are you down? No. God is standing over you with grace, with His grace. So, there is a man in the Bible called Elijah. This story, you have known it and you have heard it, or some of you have studied it in the scripture. Elijah is a man of integrity. Elijah is a man that stands in the truth of the Lord. Elijah is a man that carries the burdens of a prophet at heart, that he walks so much in a higher dimension, that he is well respected prophet and more brutal in his work and obedience to the things of the Lord. But it reached to a certain point where Elijah was drained. It becomes like a dry, instant dryness in his life. Nobody will be able to predict that the same Elijah that we know that is very, very strong in the Lord, that people fears all the time, a prophet with integrity. But look at, you know, there is a level where humans operate and the system begin to collapse. And that moment we call it what? Spiritual dryness. And for you to refill your dryness, you need to what? Put your soul and spirit together first. But spiritual dryness occur when the soul, the body, spirit, they are in a scattered state where they are not in a steady position. So there is no oneness anymore. Confusion will occur. That is one of the signs. Confusion will come in. Your enemy can come at that hour to trigger fear into you. That was what happened to Elijah. And Elijah was so drained and exhausted. Elijah called down fire. Elijah killed the prophet of Baal. Elijah did so many great miracles in the name of the Lord. But Elijah went down a bit. So you see, Elijah had a very great faith in the Lord. So today we are going to look at what God actually did when Elijah was crashed down. Because it wasn't a scolding, it was a rescue. So now let's open the word. In the book of First King chapter 18, talking about Elijah. Elijah was standing on the mountain Carmel. He is facing 450 prophets of Baal. He prays a bold prayer, and fire from heaven came down. The people fall on their face. Elijah then outthrown kings Ahab chariot in the pouring rain. He is operating at the absolute peak of his spiritual power. But I want to ask you this question. Have you experienced the lifestyle of Elijah before? Wherein there is a season whereby you are experiencing a high volume of power operations as a child of God. Power, power depletions, excessively power manifestations. And then along the line you feel exhausting at the season of your work. First King chapter 9, chapter 19, verse 2 to 3. Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth see what Elijah did on the mountain. And he heard, and after she heard it, she sent a letter to Elijah, threatening Elijah that what he did to the prophet of Baal is the same thing that will happen to him. She swore while writing the letter, and she wrote that swearing inside the letter for Elijah to know how desperate and how determined she was. On this topic, we are going to stop here because we are going to enter into the part 2 where Elijah ran away from the threat because Elijah has entered a state of what? Exhausting. A state of what? Spiritual dryness. It was in the moment where Elijah was filled. Elijah was still active that moment. Elijah wouldn't have been afraid of whatever Queen Elizabeth said because Elijah is a stubborn prophet and he's a prophet that obeys the voice of the Lord. He is not afraid of anything. But for a moment, Elijah was afraid of a letter from a queen. There is something to that. See you in next episode.